to MeteoMark weather update. Lots of viewer photos sent in. This one from Alex Daybro from Clearwater Beach, Florida at 2 p.m. This was the other day, 95 degrees and not a cloud in sight. Look at this. Nice sandy white beaches and a nice blue sky and nice green-blue ocean. Wish I was in that location, Alex. It looks very nice down there. Thanks for sending that in. And if you're on vacation, which it looks like you are, have a good one. Looks really nice down there. Very nice. Beautiful Clearwater Beach, Florida. Can't beat that. Look at that. Not a cloud in the sky. Thank you, Alex. We're heading over to Lenny Mandola from New Jersey. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, my thing isn't mentioning any captions with these photos here. I know there is captions, but these are from an airplane flight. I think it's Lenny's sister. Took these off of Myrtle Beach, if I'm not mistaken. So take a look at these. You got some really nice, this, you can tell this is at a very high altitude. You got the very hazy part of the sky here, and look at that. You can actually see you're above the clouds here in a lot of these photos. This is really, really nice, and it really does justice for what things look like up in the clouds. It looks quite a bit different than it does here on the ground, and look at that. Really, really nice here. So thank you, Lenny, for sending those in. That really is the first photos that I've gotten above clouds here, and it's you see two layers of clouds. You got the lower levels, and then you got the upper levels, and that's how clouds are. A lot of people think that all clouds are at the same elevation and height. They're not. You have the high clouds, and then you have the lower clouds, and these pictures really do justice. Thank you, Lenny. They're beautiful pictures. And we're heading over to Lenny, or not Lenny, Lucas D. from Linden, Texas here. Let's take a look what he has going on here. Look at this. We have some photos. He got some really nice foliage pictures as well as some blue jay pictures here. And I'm going to save the best for last. You'll see what the best is. There's really, really nice photos here. Late summer days, midsummer days across Linden, Texas here. Very beautiful foliage here. And he's also got some really, this is kind of an ominous photo here. You can see the sunlight trying to come through these really dark clouds. This is really typical of Texas, by the way. And really, really beautiful, actually. But I did say I would save the actual best for last here, and he says he's been trying to take this picture, a picture like this, for over a year, and I can see why. This is a lightning picture. It looks like it's taken at night, so you need really you need to set your shutter speed, all that extra stuff, and it's really hard to get some of these lightning photos. And I'm waiting for a lightning storm so I can try to get lightning photos, but I just can't get a lightning storm here in the southern tier of New York. So, but Lucas, you got plenty of lightning storms down there in Texas, and look at this beautiful photo. Thanks, Lucas. Very beautiful. Does Mother Nature justice there. And now we're heading over to my, let's see, we got a few people that mailed into my Gmail account. We got Derek Rentschler from Lebanon County, Pennsylvania. Eric Fickenbinder is from local weatherman from ABC 27 from Harrisburg, and he met him at Lebanon County Fair in Pennsylvania. This is Derek Rentschler from Lebanon County, Pennsylvania, July 31st, 2013. So we got to meet a live meteorologist from ABC 27 News, Eric Finkenbinder. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but very nice. He met him at this the Lebanon County, Pennsylvania Fair, and that's always a pleasure to meet a really good meteorologist, a TV meteorologist. And look at this. You can even see he's got the vehicle here, the ABC 27 Storm Tracker vehicle. Very nice. Very, very nice. Thank you, Derek, for sharing that. It's quite something to meet a meteorologist like that. And cloud types here from Manny Piercefield. He was wondering what kind of clouds these are. Well, I thought they were really good enough to show because they're beautiful and they're taken, it looks like, in the evening. And I'm really a big fan of taking pictures of clouds in the evening. And take a look at these. I can say for a fact these are all, you were pretty much right on the track there, the cumulus. They're alto cumulus. They're higher level cumulus. They're not as low as the white puffy cumulus. But since it's evening, they're more elevated than the actual daytime fair weather puffy white cumulus clouds. And they appear a little bit darker. They're in the higher levels of the atmosphere. They're about 1.5 to typically 2 to 2.5 miles up, as opposed to only a mile up, where the most cumulus clouds are. You can see really, really beautiful photos here, and these are all pretty much alto cumulus. Above some of these alto cumulus, I do see some cirrus, really high cirrus and alto cirrus clouds mixed in, but for the most part, these are alto cumulus, so very, very beautiful clouds. Now, one of these photos, if we go back to it, one of these actually looks like there could be some alto stratus, but it's hard to tell being that the sun looks like it's setting. So I'm pretty much certain these are alto cumulus, with being given the height. Now, if these were a lot lower, I would say alto stratus, but they are alto cumulus. So very nice photos, and they're a bit more widespread than the typical white puffy cumulus cloud. Thank you, Manny Piercefield, for sending those photos in. And I think that pretty much does it. Let's take a look at your forecast. I'm going to take a look at the tropics first. We have the Invest system here over the Bahamas. It's ex-Dorian here, Dorian remnants, continuing to move towards the west-northwest. This could get into the eastern Gulf of Mexico for the weekend and develop into something and move across the southeast and spread some rain. But we're not going to look at anything major develop out of this. Even if we do get a depression, I'll continue to watch for it. But this system doesn't want to die. Let's take a look at your 48-hour to 72-hour precipitation totals here. Most of them will be across Missouri and Kansas, extending down towards the southeast. Florida, you'll be dealing with the remnants of what was Tropical Storm Dorian. Here in the northeast, we'll pretty much be clearing out. And let's take a look at that official forecast for Friday. Most of the severe weather will be across the central and northern plains here, where we'll get some thunderstorms. And here and across the northeast, we'll get a little bit of a front moving in, so we'll get some afternoon PM showers possible, but we're not looking at too much. We take a look at the southeast here, and this is where we got a lot of rain, and overrunning this front here, big thunderstorms north of Oklahoma City, east of Denver. This is where we'll get into a lot of thunderstorm activity across the central plains. So Kansas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, possibly Missouri, and as far southeast as Arkansas here. We're going to be looking at the possibility of severe thunderstorms, damaging wind, large hail. And temperatures, you can see very temperate, actually a little bit below normal across the northern tier of states and into southeast Canada here, even some 60s. Looking at your weekend highlights, let's look at those weekend highlights here. Pretty much more of the same across the Gulf Coast states. Florida particularly, dealing with the remnants of Dorian, or what could be a tropical depression forming out of these remnants. We'll have to wait and see. Here across the northeast, we finally get that cold front moving southward. We'll scour out those showers. Saturday afternoon, another chance of a shower, but Sunday looks to be your best day in the northeast and one of your coolest days. Lots of upper 60s and lower 70s. But it's here across the southern plains we start to get that heat building again, and that's where we'll start to get into the lower 100s. And we get that clash of the air masses here across the plains, and we'll get some more severe weather and some flash flooding possible, especially here in South Florida, with the remnants of Tropical Storm Dorian. So that's what we're looking at for your weekend highlights and your tropics. And that's pretty much going to do it. There's pretty much nothing else to show at the current time. If anything really develops, I'll have like a micro update on tropical weather. Don't forget to like me on Facebook at MeteoMark. Subscribe to me on YouTube at MeteoMark.com. Here's a 4-day forecast for my hometown viewers from Binghamton to Elmira and the northern tier counties of Pennsylvania. Look at this on your, this is heading on into Friday and then your weekend. Very nice weather. We're going to be looking at chance of showers in the afternoon, but we're just looking at a slight chance. We get into the weekend here, and this is where we get into some really nice weather, especially Sunday into Monday. We're talking about lower 70s pretty much through the forecast period, with overnight lows really good for sleeping. Lower 50s with some nights, especially later towards Monday, in the lower 40s. That's going to do it for MeteoMark.